Fuck you, bees. Did I embarrass myself? Absolutely. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, did I embarrass myself proper. So, well shit, I have to go out to my truck. I can wait a minute. My first aid kit is out in my truck, and I'm realizing that I am still relying on Scotch tape to hold this piece of gauze on my knee. I biffed it hard. See, a maneuver that last year I could do, I cannot do this year. That's the downside of my condition. You keep expecting it to be staying the same and keep getting blindsided when it doesn't. Oh, god damn. And now I'm just like, how am I gonna move my shit, you know? And I don't want to be a burden to anyone, you know? Like, my truck is dead, you know? It's got like maybe this much gas in it. Probably half of it probably like fucking evaporated by now. So I just don't know. I made friends with someone though, which was really lovely. She's from Africa, and she's actually studying similarly to me. She's also on the biomedical course route, so that's really cool. So yeah, made a friend, which was really exciting. I need to brush my teeth. I know. I'm a fucking disgusting mess today. It's like being around other human beings has just made me so self-aware of how gross I am. Oh my god. So gross. But yeah, I biffed it hard. I can't feel like a lot of what I did to my knee. So on the bright side, I'm not bothered by that. But this I can feel. I bent this all the way back. This pinky nail. And oh my god. Do I fucking feel this? This is throbbing. It's got its own little heartbeat. My knee? Nothing. And if you guys want proof, here's the lovely little scrapes. Oh good, she stopped bleeding. That's actually kind of shocking. Usually she takes longer. I must have platelets for once. Huh, shocking. Interesting, look at that. Yeah, look at me, my blood actually clotting. It only took 5 Band-Aids and gauze. I'm gonna switch out the gauze. This one's done, this one's trashed. I'm gonna just let it just sit aside for a second. I'm gonna go out to my truck and get my, I'm gonna wait until I know nobody's out there so that I can just hobble out there, grab my fucking first aid kit and hobble back in. I wish my truck would run so I could start moving my stuff. I'm tired. Like, that used up all my energy walking out there. And I can't believe I biffed it so hard. I should have known that I was going to biff it that hard. I should have known. And I'll show you guys, like, later where I biffed it and what I did that caused me to without actually recreating it, because I know that I'll biff it again. Like I said, it was a maneuver that I did multiple times last year without any kind of fucking issue. And I stayed there on the ground for a split second because I was like, holy fuck. And it took me a second to assess. Like, I had to lay there a second figuring out, okay, what's the damage? Trying to figure out, okay, where do I end and does umbrella and cane begin? I was just a tangled up heap on uneven brick sidewalk because, you know, the trees had pushed up some of the bricks, and that's where I had made my dire mistake in thinking that I could do what I had done last year and stepping there. How goofy. So, yeah. Here we are. I have no fucking idea how I'm going to move all my shit. yeah, I biffed it pretty fucking hard. And now I gotta keep an eye on this fucking leg, because, you know, if you can't feel the bitch, sometimes you just don't know if that bitch is gonna be, like, infected. So I love how I don't feel the bitch, other than, like, screaming nerve pain just at the very peripheries of it. It's very interesting. Oh, but the bitch is online enough to sit there and shake all the time. Like a weak little fucking bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna keep calling my leg a little bitch, because it is. I'm really embarrassed, and it ruined my goddamn plans. I could be looking at my new dorm right now, but instead I got drove back to the Gresh by security, because my leg had to fucking ruin my day and ruin my plans and take away my chance to look at my new dorm, which is 106 in Phillips. Yay! Oh, God. I'm so excited, but, like, I'm also very, like, fucking nervous, because it's like, how am I gonna move all my shit? That chest is, like, 100 years old, bruh. Ugh, that shit's heavy. And my truck's dead. So, yeah. So, yeah. There's that. So, yeah, quite an adventurous morning. I don't know what they expect me to do. How they expect me to pull this off. If we're meant to get magic involved somehow. Because I don't think my magic is that kind of powerful magic. Maybe I can, like, manifest. Maybe I can manifest. Hey, maybe Ovi will have an off day. And energy. And feel well. And, you know, I'd have better luck manifesting winning the lottery. In this economy. Oh, shit. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh, my God. Ah, shit. Oh, no. So, now I'm thinking, what's the new strategy here? That's really where I'm at now. That's really it. What's the new strat? And you know, this leg is why I haven't been able to really work. It's like I worked one night at the fucking club, and then it's like, leg was like, congratulations, I'm worse now. Like, progressively over the course of the summer. And then it was like, by the time it's like, you want to wear shoes? Did you want to wear shoes? Oh, that's fucking cute, bitch. And basically how my fucking leg is behaving. It's like, that's cute. Huh. So yeah, I biffed it. I biffed it really hard. I went ass over tea kettle. And everyone, and let me tell you, there were a lot of fucking people around. Like, you know, like, professional people. There was the dude driving the vehicle that was coming up the way, that I got out of the way and got onto the uneven sidewalk to get out of the way of. Something, like I said, I had done a million times last term without any issue. And then there were these two other guys by a truck looking at the Old Main, the commencement hall part of Old Main specifically. And I had noticed that there were a few windows that looked like they were patched up, and I was like, oh, that's such a shame. But they all three came over to see if I was okay, because like at first I went down and I was like, everything fucking was screaming at me at once. That like when my body went down, like when I went down, when I biffed it, when that leg fucking went, and I hit the ground like that, everything was screaming, everything is wrong, because it didn't know what was or wasn't wrong, I guess. So at that moment, I was just like, oh shit. And so they asked, are you okay? I'm like, nah, man. And I was like, bro, I fucking biffed it. I literally said that. I literally did. I was like, bro, I biffed it. Oh. And oh boy, did I. But I'm okay now. I ain't bleeding, so I think I'm okay. I'm gonna let this bitch air out, actually. The blood stopped, thank fuck. And it's like, so I've got to move all my shit from this dorm, including this bitch that weighs more than I do. And is also bigger than me. So I got to somehow magically move this bitch and my other shit to the new dorm. Don't even know what the new dorm looks like yet. Oh. Do they think I'm gonna fucking stay inside after this? That's cute. That's cute. I think all I'm gonna do is probably, I'm gonna figure out something I can wear that'll cover me up so I don't gotta carry the umbrella too, so I have a free hand. That's what I'm gonna do, because I was out there with my umbrella, you know, because the sun is a fucking cunt. So I'm gonna go out there with my umbrella, and all that shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna vibe for a minute. I think I'm gonna put some actual band-aids on this, actually, because knowing this school, they'll freak out. I had them fucking freaked out. I'm not gonna lie. I've been shaking ever since I fell. My whole system was very rattled by that because it's a weak little bitch, just like that fucking leg that doesn't like to support my weight. It doesn't like to support my weight in any way that's actually stable, that is. I should clarify, because I don't want to be a liar. It does support my weight, kinda. In theory. Just in practice, not so much. In theory, it supports my weight. In practice, not so much. This is a weak, dead bitch. And I swear to God, I fucking hate when people be like, oh, I'm sorry. And when I'm just jokingly calling my leg a useless bum, I'm like, oh yeah, this thing's just a useless bum, a freeloader. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. And it's like, no, don't be. It's just like life. Life be like that. God had to nerf me. I would be too powerful, okay? That's what everyone doesn't understand. It ain't a pity party. God had to do this shit to me, or I'd be too fucking powerful. I'd probably have gone after his goddamn throne or some shit. Oh, if he didn't fucking nerf me like this, okay? I'm coping. This is called hardcore coping. I have to tell myself this so I can feel like better about the situation, I suppose. Because if I tell myself that God had to do this to make me less powerful, then I can convince myself that it was almost something comical. Oh, God. Ugh. But the worst part was when I bent that nail back. That I feel every ounce of. It's like, that knee? Nah. I don't feel that, bitch. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't get affected. But I'm really good at keeping an eye on that bitch. Mostly because I'm looking down at the bitch constantly because I'm expecting there to be infection. I examine this bitch every day. I'm prone to infection. I'm immunocompromised. And I can't feel this leg. Of course I'm going to inspect this bitch every day. I know exactly what the fuck is up. I know exactly what I am susceptible to. Vulnerable to. I know. So once I catch my breath and cool down, I will begin removing the shit from the walls. And all that good shit. Yay, I put a band-aid on my knee. The ones they had in the office were plastic band-aids, and they just don't stick. You know, the plastic band-aids are shit. The cloth band-aids actually stick. But yeah, so. And then by cover of nightfall, I'll begin moving my shit. Hopefully. Ooh. But yeah, today was a very huge adventure of a day. And all I did was walk onto campus. and then biff it hard. Hey, but on the bright side, I didn't hurt my face, which at first I really thought I did. Like I said, when I went down, my whole body was screaming because it didn't know what all got hit. It didn't know what all was actually injured, so the whole fucking alarm system basically went off, if that makes sense. It was like, I'm not sure what all's damaged, so I'm gonna alert you to everything being damaged, just to be safe. So I'm laying there on the ground saying, yeah, no, I'm not okay, fam. And I start to get up a little bit and assess the situation, because I know that I have to look at it to assess what really is damaged, because I know my body's lying to me. Because I know my body doesn't know what's really actually damaged. I know it's just doing that to fucking cover its bases to make an assumption. That's been something it's done for a very long time, actually. Every year, like in the summertime, a few years back, I had also, actually every summer I used to biff it really hard, actually. This was an annual fucking issue. I always biff it worse in the summer because my blood pressure gets worse in the summer. It's just, it is what it is. Did I bruise my toe? I can't tell. But yeah, I biffed it hard, and every time I do biff it hard, it just, my whole body screams like, oh, you're cooked. And then I'm sit there like, okay. And then people are like, are you okay? I'm like, nah, my whole body's saying I'm cooked, but I guess I'm okay enough. And then I start to get up to assess the situation, because I know I'm not nearly as cooked as my body's screaming. I love how everyone's like, are you okay? Well, no, I fucking just fell. Did you not see me? How hard I fucking biffed it? But, you know, I'm lucky because my face didn't hit the ground. So I think that I'm going to consider this as a win. Sure, my pinky got bent back, and that actually does fucking hurt. That pinky nail got bent all the way back, and that genuinely hurts. It got bent back all the way down to here. Like, I felt it bend back. The whole thing. And I got up, and I was like, boop, to put it back in the correct way. And I know that this is not going to heal properly, but I'm still holding on to it because I want it to. I'm delusional. I want it to heal properly. And I know that this nail's going to break off, but I don't want it to. I wanted to keep protecting that very sensitive flesh. So, yeah. So, my pinky was what basically was the final nail in the coffin for me saying, nah, I'm not cool. I'm not okay. I biffed it hard. And then I got up shakily. Because after such a fall, that's all I do is shake. That's all I fucking do. And I'm still not done shaking. I just don't stop shaking. And now I'm like sitting here mad as fuck because I won't stop shaking. And now I feel like I'm fucking useless and wasting time because now I won't stop fucking shaking so I can fucking do my job, which is getting this dorm packed up so I can start moving it by the cover of nightfall. Biffed it. So now here I am, smelling a wee bit like armpit and shaking because I got all nice and sweaty and fatigued in this little journey. And I don't want to pester the fucking security people. They're like, oh no, we have nothing. Oh, looks like I had my elbow too. Didn't even fucking notice. It's just a bruise. Ain't no blood, no concern. Just a bruise. I'm just glad that it was mostly my bum side that, of course, the bum side is the side that gave out. That's the side I fucking landed on too. Good. It means that, except for this fucking nail. This nail bent back because this is the hand that was holding the cane. Okay. The cane hand is getting the nails trimmed. That's the new rule. I don't get to have long nails anymore. I need to stop picking. But yeah, I was wearing my heart-shaped sunglasses. I had my umbrella. I had my cane. I went down. I wish I wasn't so much of a burden. Like, I don't know. I feel like if I was to make any wish, I'd wish I wasn't so much of a burden. Yeah, like, security drove me, like, I biffed it. I was totally planning on walking back, actually. But, yeah. And on the bright side, they gave me they had their own little first aid kit, and they gave me a little alcohol wipes, so I was able to clean the area immediately upon entering the Student Life building, which is where I went to pick up my keys. And, like, upon showing up with blood running down my leg, they were like, are you okay? And I was like, oh, yeah, no, I kind of biffed it on the way. They were like, you walked? And I was like, yeah. I didn't want to be a burden or a bother, and everything like that. And, like, I don't know, I feel like I annoy everyone, and I just don't want to do that, you know? I can't stand that fucking feeling, okay? And, like, unless you are someone who is disabled and depend on others for as heavily as I do, but are flat ass broke like I am, you just, it's a very specific type of burdensome you feel when you have no money, earn no money, and have nothing that actually redeems you as far as your worth goes. And so you just feel like this perpetual burden on everyone, and you just feel like all you are is this huge fucking headache, and then you're just humiliated because you try to be independent for 1 second, and then you biff it humiliatingly in front of everyone, and then everyone, all they see is the blood running down your leg because of how bad you biffed it, because yes, it was running down my leg, because I'm a bleeder. It's what I do. And so I'm shaking, blood running down my leg, as I'm like, okay, I'm here to collect my keys, and trying to act like nothing happened, and everyone's like, whoa, what happened? You know, of course. And so I'm a sight to behold, and I'm just sitting there like, great. And I'm like, yeah, the sidewalk was a little uneven, and my leg was a little bit bummier than I was expecting. It got a little bit worse than I had realized, and I biffed it hard. And that's how I explained it. I really did. Ooh. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I'm mad because, like, I want to look at my new dorm. I didn't even get to look at my new dorm. They called security to drive me back to the crash. And I didn't even get to look at my new dorm. And now I'm sitting here staring at this dorm, wondering how I'm gonna summon the energy to actually get the fuck up, because now I feel so fucking drained from that walk alone, and then biffing it. Just all of that has got me so fucking drained that I'm just like, now what? I feel like a fucking corpse. And ugh, I feel so fucking useless. And I hate it. It's like, imagine not being able to do shit for yourself. Imagine being fully aware of yourself and fully aware of how much of a burden you're placing upon those around you and how much you don't contribute. Like, seriously? If I were to count up every single fucking debt, not even just financial debt, but like, even like, just my debts to society. How much fucking resources I've taken and used. How much fucking help and how much I've relied on others. If I just take all of that, and it is more insurmountable than anything that I have ever fucking done for this fucking planet, I'm fucking useless. And like, I don't know, I feel fucking shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was out there and I was feeling fucking great. I was like, yeah, look at me, I'm fucking doing it. It's not so bad, it's not so bad. It's horribly hot, but I've got my umbrella, I've got my sunglasses. The sun can't get me. The sun's a bitch, but it can't get me, at least not too much. And then I fucking biffed it. And it's not like I can rely on this security here to help me with my move, you know? I don't want to. I'm tired of collecting up all of these fucking debts that I can never repay. You know, I feel perpetually indebted to society in a way that I feel like I will never, ever, ever be able to fucking ever repay. And like on a daily basis, I take up more than I'm worth, or than I am putting back into the world. And so it just, it's a net negative for the fucking planet, my existence. And all this shit did was fucking reinforce that fucking feeling. And now I gotta find out how I'm gonna magically move dorms by Monday morning. Completely. And I'm just like, how am I gonna manage this? I wish I knew. I biffed it so fucking hard. I actually think I broke my umbrella a little bit. I just didn't have a chance to actually examine it. Now that I'm indoors and the sun can't touch me here, at least not as much. Not until the evening time. See, all day, the sun is everywhere else, but towards the end, it starts to be over here. That tells me that this is the west. This is the side that the sun sets. Okay, the sun always dies in the west. The Egyptians knew this, and that is the reason that I know this, because I had a fascination with Egyptian history back in middle school. It was my special interest. I wrote an entire paper on the entire mummification process because I had researched it like a freaking weirdo. My English teacher was not very pleased with it. I did not get a good mark on it. She was like, why the fuck did you just give me a tutorial? Because we were supposed to be writing a paper on the steps to do something. So I wrote the steps of fucking mummification. I was in 5th grade. In my defense, I was in 5th fucking grade, okay? I was in 5th grade. I was like 11 or 12 years old in my defense. But yeah. So anyway. So the sun sets, so all day I'm safe from the sun until evening. And then I am forced into the shadowy bits of the room here where the sun can't get me. God has me living like a vampire with none of the perks. Literally none. Instead of being stronger than humans, I'm actually quite weaker, especially on one side of my body. Particularly the side of my body that biffed it. The side of my body that when I stepped down on the fucking useless leg that's supposed to be supporting me, the thing that I only asked you to do my job, stupid foot. I stepped down on the fucking surface and the bitch said, I think not. Bloop. And down I went. Oh, this hurts so bad. I love how it's like everything that happened to this leg, nothing. Everything that happened to this arm, nothing. Don't care. None of it bugs me. That side of my body's a fucking corpse. I can literally pick my skin off on this side of my body to the fucking bone without any issue. Except it's really gross, so I try not to do it because it's very gross. But sometimes OCD is a bitch, so it'll be like, you have to. But I've been working on that. I really have. As you guys can tell, I've been doing a lot better. As you guys can tell. Because these scabs, I would not usually let them stay this long. I will tell you that. I'm letting the scabs heal instead of picking at them. So I am getting better at that. But anyway, so my OCD, I know that one half of my body is much more deadened compared to the other. That's you can see how much worse the scarring is over here on this side. How much further I have picked on this side. How much worse the scarring is on this side compared to this side. There is one side of my body that is slightly more numb than the other. And progressively more disabled than the other. And this summer I decided to level up a little bit. Like it does every summer. And now I'm realizing that it doesn't matter how cold the weather is. It doesn't matter what. I'm a full-time cane user, whether I like it or not. Yay! I'm a full-time cripple now. There goes that illustrious modeling career. Not that I ever stood a chance. They don't let cripples be models. They don't let cripples be actors. They'll let able-bodied actors play a cripple, but they won't let crippled people be actors. They don't let crippled people be successful. I have to be successful in my own right before I have any kind of claim and any other kind of success. Obviously, because I have to prove that I am not just a cripple, that I am not just a burden, that I am multi-times useful. I have to be extra useful beyond and above and beyond anything else that any of my able-bodied peers have to be, just to prove that I have any right to live, let alone exist. And I swear to God, if another person tells me, I'm so sorry about my fucking disability again. I get it. It's fucking sad. But please, the pity doesn't help. It just makes me feel way more awkward because there's nothing I can do to make you, and it's like, I promise it's okay. I'm used to this. Just please, it's making me feel awkward because I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to this. I mean, I just make jokes, you know? Have a sense of humor about it. Oh yeah, this leg's just a freeloading bum. I don't even know why God gave it to me. It doesn't even pay rent. Can't even do its own job. But yeah. So I biffed it hard. I'm a little mad about it. I'm mad because it's inconvenient to be carrying a goddamn cane. Okay? Because can I tell you how much I fucking hate using that damn thing? Like, I love it because it makes it easier to fucking navigate the world, don't get me wrong. It makes it easier to fucking walk. compared to without it. But Jesus, to have an entire hand that I just cannot use practically while I am in motion at all times is such a pain in the ass. Especially since the hand that I'm using is my good hand. So the hand that's left is this useless bum. So I'm going to carry my Stanley cup in my useless bum hand. Shake it all about. Oh, fuck, I spilled my Stanley because that thing sucks at holding water in. But it's pretty. And I got it for a very cheap price. There's a really cool Gothic one, though, that I really do want. It's so pretty. My Gothic heart wants it so bad. But alas, we are but a poor. And I know that all I do is just focus on little tiny things to distract me from the fact that everything else actually kind of sucks. And I know that my fully diving into all these little distractions is just to distract myself from the fact that my body's a worthless piece of shit that's giving out slowly but surely, way faster though than I would actually like. And I know it's not very attractive to be holding a little pity party for myself, but today I kind of just don't care. Sue me. I'm tired. And you know what? I have the right to fucking complain about the shitty hand I've been dealt, at least from time to time. I know I complain from time to time, but right now I'm feeling particularly salty about it because it's got me particularly backed in a corner that I don't particularly like, especially since the way it's had me backed in a corner all summer as far as my mental health goes. My mental health has been in a really rubbish place all summer because of the fact that I'm a burden and I recognize myself as the net positive on society and on everyone fucking around me. And that I won't fucking, a net negative. Did I say net positive? Net negative. And I won't be a net positive for many years to come, if I even live long enough, or my body even allows me to ever become a positive. That's the problem. Am I wasting everyone's time? Am I nothing more than worthless, and is that all I will be? That's the issue that I don't think they get. I'm very glad that I'll be moving on to campus because it will be a lot easier for me to get to classes, comparatively. I hate living out here at the Gresh. I love it because it's like distant from campus and it means there's a modicum of privacy that I wouldn't otherwise get. However, I also hate it because it means accessing my classes takes more for me compared to my peers, and also means being more of a burden. And I don't want to be a burden. So I'm right proper pleased, really, to be leaving the Gresh, don't get me wrong. Because I know that it will be easier. It's just, how am I gonna get out of here? How am I gonna do this? I don't know. And I don't know how to reconcile my burdensome existence. And I don't know how I can even fucking cope with the fact that I'm fucking delusional to ever think that I could actually care for another living thing. Can't even fucking take care of myself. Gee, I couldn't even move dorms without fucking, no, it's not even that I was moving dorms. I was collecting the keys for my next dorm when I fucking biffed it. for lack of a better word. This is a Bluetooth speaker, by the way. Isn't that dead adorable? I love her. She's grand. I'm tired of owning things. I'm tired of the wrong things that I own being here. Not entirely the wrong things, but there are certain things that I wish were here that aren't. Like my record player. I wish that were here. I've longed for that this whole summer. I miss my Grams' photo. I don't even fucking know where that's at. Someone decided to fucking snag that at some point when they were moving my shit. And now I don't even fucking know where Grams' picture is or the dog tags or anything. And that has me anxious as fuck because I want her with me. But okay. Whatever, I guess. And then, I don't know. I'm tired. On the bright side, I think that there's not, I'm not going to have to worry about, like, so much, like, as far as I understand, there aren't many other people, really dwelling in Phillips, from what I understand. I think I'm gonna try to make another trip over a little bit later after I kind of give myself a moment of, because the thing is I won't have to walk on that part that I biffed it. Come to think of it, actually, that part of the walk no longer is, necessary. And also now I know not to walk on that part. Now I know I biff it there, so all of the cars can fucking slow down like the fucking thingy says to. And let me fucking walk. Because the sidewalk made me biff it. Because the tree made the bricks raise up. And some of the bricks sink down. Roots, they're not exactly going to grow in a very even manner. I love a good brick sidewalk and I love a good brick road. They make my soul happy. But they aren't good around trees. Now, my old school, Steubenville, knew this well. So they had a lovely area surrounding the trees that allowed them enough room for their roots to not disturb the brick sidewalks. And around that, they would put a metal grate so that the trees could still get their water, but you could still kind of walk safely around and close to the tree without the bricks going into a sudden drop off where the tree is. That was actually dead brilliant. I highly recommend you take notes, Bethany. So yeah, I biffed it. I keep saying I biffed it. And then when I get into my new dorm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to settle in. I'm going to settle in for the long haul. And what that means is excuse me. Hold on. This thing seems to be a little bit wonky on whether or not it likes to work. But what that basically means in this situation is that I'm going to move into that dorm and pray to God that they don't ask me to fucking move dorms another time while I'm staying here. See, the thing is, it's very strategic The dorm, see, sometimes you just got to slide the battery out of the remote and slide it back in. That's all. Anyway, oh shit. I'm very strategic. I know what kind of buildings that I dwell in for multiple years without problem. And I make very strategic decisions when it comes to dwelling spaces. I know what I need. I know what I thrive in. This building has steam heat and is very old. The energy there is quite pleasant. I know the ghost there. She's nice. The energy's feminine, non-threatening. So that is positive, because my first apartment was built in the 1920s, but it had a very oppressive sort of energy. Anything that dies there is stuck there. Thank goodness I never died there. Because that place had heavy, it had some bad energy, man. But I loved that place. It was my first apartment, and I fell in love with it, even in spite of the bad energy. And every apartment that I've lived in since, if it did not meet those few tiny criteria, which are very small, actually. Okay? Steam heat, old construction, and still has a great deal of its character still intact. That's really the only thing it has to satisfy, actually. And then, yeah. And I'm quite happy. I can actually manage quite happily there for several years, easily. And people are like, oh, how are you going to survive in the summertime? How I've survived in the summertime every year before this. I've been surviving summers in older constructions like this for a very long time. It's not actually as hard as people think. I know better how to live in an older construction than I do a modern one. Which is the nice thing about Europe. Apparently over in Europe, they still use steam heat much more than they use this forced air shit that America switched over to. So, yeah. Upside, if I move over to Europe someday, as I am hoping, because Ireland is technically a European country, even if we're not treated very European. I swear, Irish are like the blacks of Europe. I'm sorry, but if anyone wants to argue with me on that, I will literally fight. Because, frankly, much like with the apartheid state in which the entire British bitches fucking put a lot of Africa under, in which they forced them to give up a lot of their culture and tried to make it to where they were not allowed to practice their own beliefs, culture, or languages even. Because, yes, that's what they do. That's what the fucking British do. They steal your culture away and force their rubbish culture on you. Now, that's not to say that's the state of the current British way of being, but historically speaking, that is. And the thing is, they did the same thing to Ireland. Why do you think Gaeilge is a dying language? For anyone who's unfamiliar, Gaeilge is Irish Gaelic. Gaelic. So stupid. Not Gaelish. What the fuck is wrong with me? So stupid. And they made it so fucking, they made it against the rules. And they even made the Scottish superior to Ireland, which is really funny to me, because it's like, I'm Scottish and I'm Irish, and it's like, oh, so it's like Okay, so in America, there's this idea that Scots-Irish, in America, we believe it to mean that you're Scottish and Irish. That's how, in America, we view it. But overseas, if you say you're Scots-Irish, you are saying that you're superior to the Irish because you're the right kind of Irish. You're the Scottish Irish. You're the ones the British like. You're the ones who will conform to their ways. So you'll never catch me calling myself Scots-Irish. I know better. It was a term used for the oppression of Irish people by pitting the Scottish and Irish against each other. And I just won't play that game. Yes, I am both. But I also know that before we were American, we were Irish, not Scottish. We might have been Scottish before we were Irish, but we were fucking Irish before we were American. So, and plus, I'm sorry, but Scotland's beautiful and everything like that, and I love how they talk, and I love the culture, but I'm not guzzling any British cock. And I'm certainly not going to be on any British tit. Unless it is that of a hot gothic baddie. But as far as the British government goes, they can sit and spin. I will not. And I'm not saying that I blame Scotland for that decision. I do understand how difficult it is to be independent of a country that has basically made you dependent upon them for quite a good many centuries. I'm not blaming them at all. I'm just saying that I personally don't want that for myself. And ever since the whole Brexit situation, I especially want no parts of that. Britain, you fucked yourselves over, and I want no parts of that. And I'm not saying that the people did it. It was the government. It was definitely the government that fucked everyone. I know your healthcare system is kind of in shambles because I know a few people over there who have told me as such. So, yeah. The whole British system is fucking falling apart. And, no thanks. Nope. Whereas Ireland is actually doing pretty well. Thanks to Apple, actually, surprisingly. And, you know, I'm not all cool with corporates and stuff, but it benefits the country I'm loyal to, so I'm gonna let it slide. Even though I don't much care for Apple and other corporations and such, because I know Apple's not the only one. I just know that they're kind of one of the big ones, the first ones that kind of meant financial success for Ireland. So I can't hate them too much. I just really hate the iPhone, man. It's nothing against the iPhone. It's nothing against Apple. It's just I don't want a fucking computer in my pocket. I'm too autistic. I don't like the modern day. I decidedly hate it. I want to go back to 2000 and 5. Let me have a flip phone and a computer. And be a little bit more modern by having an iPad and an iPod. To do my more creative works with. But I'm good. I don't want an iPhone. No. I know it comes in handy as a camera as I'm using it presently, but you know, the iPads, the newer iPads have excellent cameras as well, and they are tools of multiple types of creativity, which I cannot use this useless little iPhone for. I miss making shit in iMovie. I miss making shit in the Keynote app. I miss fucking doing productive shit. These fucking shit is useless on an iPhone. It's like, here's these apps. And it's like, thanks, they're fucking useless on here. I miss making art. I used to make so much art on my iPad. My iPad's obsolete now, so I can't fucking use it. It's useless. I bought it back in 8th grade. I mowed so much grass. I mowed so much grass to earn that iPad. It was an iPad mini, Gen 2, I believe. So it was before even the touch screen. I mean, the touch, not touch screen, the fingerprint thing, the fingerprint button. So it had the original goddamn home button, not even a fucking fingerprint button. So it's old. Yeah, for you younger kids, you probably don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you're that young, why are you watching me? Genuine question. But anywho, I do plan on eventually, like, I plan on getting a job soon. Soon as the school term starts, I think I'm gonna be working in the library. Which, thank fuck, the library's very, very, very close to the dorm. Everything is dead close to the dorm I'm gonna be living in. So, thank fuck. Oh, I may as well screw this light back in. There. I had it a wee bit unscrewed because it's just too bright to have them both. But now that I'm moving out of here, so I suppose I reckon I should screw it back in, lest they think it's dead. But yeah. I'm just rambling out of my ass because it's making me feel better, oddly enough. But yeah, so it's nothing against Apple or anything. My disdain for my iPhone. It's just, I find that it's not actually accomplishing everything that I want it to, or that it promises to. And I'm realizing that I'd be much happier with a flip phone and an iPad rather than an iPhone. In fact, I'd be much happier with a flip phone, an iPad, and an iPod. In fact, I have got an old iPod. I love my iPod. Its name is Crackers, because I had a dream once that I named it Crackers, and that I fought with my brother over its name. So when I woke up that day, I was like, my iPod's name is Crackers, and you cannot name any of your devices Crackers. Because I honestly thought it was somehow a threat. Middle school is a weird time to be alive, man. And we thought it was such a big competition on who got to claim names for our things. So it's like, I named my thing that, you can't use it, kind of thing. So it's like, after that dream, I had to fucking beat him to it. So I was like, my iPod's name is Crackers. And yeah, I kind of never let that go since. So now that iPod's name is Crackers, and he doesn't even give a single shit either about that. Like, I love how I thought it was such a fucking big deal, and it's not even a fucking big deal. He doesn't give a shit. He never gave a shit. This was a made-up issue in my head. That's the funny bit about it. But anyway, so it's just like, I plan on getting a flip phone, and I plan on just, yeah. Oh man, I look forward to getting a fucking flip phone. But that will be a ways down the line, I reckon. Well, no, I've got my laptop, so it's not even like I need this bitch right now. It's just that this bitch would be basically, functionally, I'll be turning this bitch into a fucking iPod, which will be very relaxing. That's what my phone will become. A glorified iPod Touch. I'll use it for its camera. And the laptop will do the heavy lifting. And then when I finally have the means to do so, I'll get my hands on an iPad. And I will be able to make my art again. And you guys will finally see me create music. Because now, unlike before, the last time I had an iPad, I didn't have the freedom to go on the internet. I wasn't allowed to, you see. My dad's kind of a fucking cunt. Acting like a warden. Interesting how now my warden is the goddamn son. But yeah. Now I have the freedom to make music and put it on the internet. Just as much as I have the freedom to make my videos and put them on the internet. In fact, you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take my old videos on my old original YouTube channel, the one that Dad made me take down, and I'm gonna put those videos back. Fuck you, you stupid cunt. Hope you see this. You think I fucking deleted those videos? I'm an archivist by nature. I keep everything. It's all part of the story, so it's all relevant. Oh, God. Oh, God, I used to be able-bodied and shit, man. The first time I tried to start YouTube, I was an able-bodied, fully healthy person. Psychologically, not so much. But other than that, I was grand. Those were the days. I was playing soccer. I had my iPad, made my art, made my music. Oh, man, I used to make the art and music and put them on my fucking YouTube. They were such shite, but God, it was so much fun. I was in high school, you know? I was young. And it was right before it all went to shit. And then, you know, of course, Dad found my YouTube channel and made me take it all down. But all I did was private a lot of it. Some of it I did end up being forced to actually properly delete. But I'm hoping that maybe I was smart enough to maybe not do that entirely. So I guess I'll have to log into my old channel and find out. Actually, let's find out right now. Curiosity kills the cat. And I've got you guys right here, so why leave you guys waiting? And such. New tab. YouTube. Shut up. I thought you were smart, Annie. I love Amber's audience so much. They're so fucking nice. Thanks. You guys are all a bunch of fucking cunts. Seriously, I fucking hate Amber's audience so much. The way they fucking... It's like, you guys don't know shit about anything. Not now. Let me log into my other fucking YouTube. No, not this one. There's another fucking YouTube I want you to... Switch account. There's another fucking YouTube. Okay, there's another fucking YouTube. Other accounts. That's the one. I have more YouTubes than I know actually what to do with. Alright, this one's my first ever YouTube channel. Let's pull it up. View your channel. Manage videos. Welcome to the YouTube studio. I know. Yeah. Ha! I did. Okay, so I did delete the videos that Dad made me delete. But guess what? Public. Publish. Ha. Public. Publish. Public. Publish. Birth the chicken! Iconic. Public. Publish. Brilliant. Finally. Yeah. Bastard made me delete the one where I used some swear words and was talking about how much of a cunt everyone at school was for me being, like, trans at the time. I'm still some brand of trans. I'm just not the same brand of trans that I thought I was. Just some brand of gender fluid or something. But yeah. My original fucking videos. That's fucking original videos from fucking 2016, yo. So, if you guys want to see my original fucking YouTube channel, that's under Roach the Villain. That's my first ever YouTube channel. So I've got a few of my oldest videos up on there now because my dad's a cunt and he can't stop me now from doing anything. So, fuck you, Dad. Fucking cunt. So, yeah. So now those are up. Unfortunately, I don't have the videos where I'm calling him a cunt. Because he was part of the fucking problem, that's the thing. The people at school were being a cunt, but he was taking their side. Like, I deserved the bullying because it was my fault. I brought it on myself, obviously. Shouldn't have been queer if you didn't want to be bullied. All right, Dad, thanks. You're a great parent. Father of the fucking year. No wonder your kids won't fucking talk to you. Good luck getting someone to fucking care for you when you're elderly. You stupid fuck. He doesn't realize he's cooked. He's cooked. But yeah, those are now public. Those videos that I privated are now public. So if you guys want to see my original channel, now you can. And you can see the complete disaster that was the whole house debacle. That was a whole thing. Oh, that was a whole arc. So yeah. Now here I am. Kind of chilly, a little bit cold actually. Weird, I don't have goosebumps on this arm, but this arm is dead, covered in them. Same goes for the legs. It's the right leg's got goosebumps, but the left has got none. Ain't that weird? Isn't that fucking odd? My body's so fucking weird. It's such a fucking stupid fucking cunt is what my body is. Thanks, Dad. This is probably also your fault. You know that just because I had the genetic predisposition to develop lupus, oftentimes stressors from the environment and from how you're raised actually play a huge contributing role in actually developing it. Thanks, Dad. It's your fault I'm a cripple. I hope you know it. And I hope you know that all it's done is made me more powerful. Because now I fear nothing. I'm just more of a burden now. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.